This is my original UK film production that I'll be going through my treatment. The synopsis is a guy who I now know the name of Ryan. Ryan doesn't have a lot of friends and is often bullied in school. He goes as far one day as to him being knocked unconscious and hidden in one of the school's closets. Upon awakening in the locked school later that night, everything is not what it seems. The zombie apocalypse has started in his rest, and he now has the safety of the school to protect him from the incoming hordes of the undead. With help from one of the teachers who stayed in the school too long, they must survive the night in the worst place in the world. School. I instantly have the idea for the student to wake up from the closet and approach one of the infected, assuming it is a janitor, the school's groundkeeper. It turns, and the shock of the decay on the zombie's face propels Ryan to throw a stationary item, calculator, compass, whatever he has on him. This will make sure the horror and comedy elements suitably mix. The comedy element will appear with the student and teacher teaming up and creating cool weapons with stationary equipment. After making sure he got to catch up on his sleep in a room that doesn't get cleaned on that specific day, he wakes to find a surviving student in the new dangerous world. Unsure yet if I want the teacher to be weak and cower behind the student or the binary opposite, the comedy element will definitely come from the A-list actor I have in mind to play the teacher playing a very different character and being cowardly and scared. Unique selling point. This film runs the risk of becoming a run-of-the-mill slack attempt at another Shaun of the Dead. However, with the casting of a British A-list action star, this will be the main selling point to my target audience, as the age group I am aiming for will definitely know the actor of my choosing. The film will follow the young kid through his development from scared, vulnerable bully victim to a zombie-killing machine with the help of his science teacher. The ending will explain how the school is a sacrificial site for the gods, as the levers are huddled up at the end of the year. And once a year, souls are consumed and what is left is just a walking corpse with the intention to kill. The teacher explains why there are never any cases of hearing from ex-students and why the teachers act suspicious. Social media is a very powerful, very reliable and most importantly a very cheap tool to advertise on, so for my film I would release the trailer and join a hashtag #HowWouldYouSurvive in your school with it to create word of mouth and free advertising, so hopefully more and more people would join in the discussion. The trailer will clearly show the plot of the kid stuck in a zombie-infested school, and this will spark the imagination of my target audience and beyond to come up with the ideas. Hashtag what class would you hold up in? Hashtag what would be your custom-made weapon? Such hashtags would be great in getting people interested in how they would survive a zombie apocalypse in their school and interest them in the film. Custom-made t-shirts will be a strong merchandise seller, as blood-soaked t-shirts reading "I survived a zombie apocalypse in my school" will sell if the film is very successful. Another strong and unique marketing campaign could have spokespeople attending school assemblies warning their students of an existing virus infecting civilians to kill others. A warning system will be in place for those who are easily influenced or fearful of the end of the world, and they will not attend the assembly. The ones who attend must stay in the school and first brainstorm how they will protect the school from the virus. Afterwards, the trailer will be shown, and any doubters who didn't believe this was real will be proven right with one or two of the actors coming out to talk about the film. Suggested cast or stars. I would definitely recommend casting a well-known action star such as Daniel Craig. With coming fresh off his time as Her Majesty's most famous secret agent, Craig now has a lot more freedom with how he spends his time now after being under a heavy demanding contract from playing Bond. Gerard Butler. With being a very bankable star and most recently voted Sexiest Man Alive by Glamour magazine for the second straight year in 2017, it's safe to say casting Butler will definitely attract his legion of female fans, as well as fans of his classic movies such as 300 and Rock'n'Roller. Tom Hardy. Recently assuring Hollywood as one of the best actors in contemporary cinema, Hardy can pull audiences with very convincing performances, with great examples as the Cray twins in Legend, Bane in The Dark Knight Rises, and Charles Bronson in Bronson. Hardy can carry films on his shoulders and make any film significantly improve in quality with just his presence. Andrew Lincoln. From small-time British actor in Love Actually and Teachers to Hollywood sensation in The Walking Dead, it'd be a hard challenge to find a more talented actor than Lincoln on the small screen. His schedule may be harder to work around because of his contract with The Walking Dead. However, with the fans he would bring from the hit TV show as well as remarkable acting ability, I am very confident that he would make this movie very strong. Henry Cavill, the Man of Steel himself. It does speak for itself when a British actor is cast to play the patriotic American hero. Being known as the most popular superhero, the film will automatically have millions of his fans, as well as DC Comics fans, wanting to see Superman as a science teacher taking on the zombie apocalypse. Sexy, buff, and a strong actor, you couldn't go wrong with this actor. Suggested cast and stars for the boy protagonist. Elliot Hanna, young rising star most known for his brilliant performance as a lead in 2014's live show Billy Elliot, where he proved he has the acting skills to compete with Hollywood juggernauts. With him being the youngest of my suggestions, this means he will be able to play any age group from year 8 to year 10, as he's now 13 years old. Tom Holland. Now Hollywood A-list. Tom Holland would be a smart casting choice as his legions of fans from the early Billy Elliot days to now. Tom Holland would be a smart casting choice as his legions of fans from his early Billy Elliot days to now being the fresh-faced, friendly neighbourhood Spider-Man would immediately follow to support any of his new projects. Thomas Brodie Sangster. The oldest on the list at age 26, his young features could make him convincing still as a student, also bringing with him experience from his 16-year-long acting career. Not as famous as Holland or as young as Hanna, however still a viable choice for the part suggested. Target audience. The target audience I would be aiming for would be young adults aimed between 15 and 25 years old. I am choosing this age range because of the narrative of the film I am developing. A story of a student stuck in a school fighting the undead fits perfectly within this age range, as they are still in or have just left school not too long ago, so they will still have a recent memory of their school years. Also, the stars I have suggested for the protagonists are actors well known within this age range, coming from shows such as Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead, as well as blockbusters including Man of Steel, 007, Spider-Man Homecoming, and etc. Aiming more for the demographic of males more than females, as the cast would have been filled with male actors, so they would have on-screen counterparts to relate to themselves, as well as the zombie genre being favoured by more males than females. To compare our target audience with another well-known film would be the Cornetto trilogy's Shaun of the Dead as a suitable example. Still loved by many today and also gaining a cult following over the years, Shaun of the Dead is said to be aimed at middle-class males within the age of 16 to 30 due to reasons such as language, setting and character profiles. I would want my film to follow a similar route, including some bad language as well as crude humour and gory imagery. Budget. Continuing to draw influence from Shaun of the Dead, their allocated budget was between $4 and $6 million. Reasons for the budget being so low was they didn't have to pay a lot for their star actors and director, as they were involved in the creative process of the project. Pre-production had heavy input from Pegg, who's an actor who played Shaun, and Wright, who was the director. So they wouldn't have demanded a heavy paycheck or a sizable contract. Instead, they worked for little money, so the studio would have greenlit their film. Also, minimal makeup and practical effects would have kept their budget to a minimum, so they're not using as many special effects as many popular films do now. Funding by British Film Forever, which is also known as the National Lottery, would aid a substantial amount, as BFI always looked to assist with production and distribution to original UK films. Above-the-line marketing will be applied, including billboards in busy streets and on school buses, as this is where a fraction of our target audience subsides. Advertisement on social media is a cheap yet very effective method of reaching the film's demographic, as I mentioned on another slide. Paying more for the trailer or link to appear as sponsored on Facebook or Twitter, and YouTube advertisements would reach a large percentage of our target audience, as most of them use these popular social media sites. Below-the-line marketing would act as the film stars being interviewed about their latest films. Also, events which the public can take part in, or a prank, similar to Rings, what they recently did. They recently advertised using a TV star and having their main antagonist jump out of a television and frighten unsuspecting customers, which could be viewed on Facebook and Twitter. This is an effective method of reducing advertisement costs and garnering buzz on social media. This is my production schedule. My aspects go in the order of casting and rehearsals. The casting will last 4 days, rehearsals will last 9 days, from June 18th to June 27th. Production, which consists of primary filming, music, stunts, props, production design, etc., will last 30 days between June 28th and July 28th. Post-production, so editing and marketing. Editing will last 30 days, July 30th and August 30th. And marketing will last 30 days going from October 5th to November 5th. Which corresponds nicely with my launch date, which is in October 25th. I would recommend to release the date near Halloween, as the film genre is horror/comedy, which will work well with the seasonal holiday, as many viewers will be encouraged to watch more horror films from the craze of the Halloween holiday. For contingency plans, for bad weather during filming, I would reschedule filming to a later date. If possible, differentiate filming to indoors using possible locations with similar appearances. If the locations are unavailable, look for other potential location replacements. This can include other places within the same school or alternative school entirely. Props becoming unavailable, look for simple alternations. Replace a lost good prop with another. Change the script to satisfy current altercations. Equipment becomes damaged. Ensure backup equipment is available before initial filming and ready for use in case of any damages. Actors become ill or unavailable. If filming has already begun and illness is minor, put filming on hold and focus on filming scenes without the missing actor. If illness is serious, recasting will be the cause of action and possible refilming. Relevant legal and ethical issues. My film will not be breaching any copyright infringements with the development/production and distribution, as my idea was created by myself with influences from third parties, and I am not directly copying other work for my own advantages. No discrimination will occur in the film production/distribution regarding sex, race, ethnic background, sexual orientation, etc. I am aware of certain laws, such as the Official Secrets Act of 1911 and the Prevention of Terrorism Act. Correct health and safety checks will be carried out to ensure a safe environment as possible. For classification, I will be aiming for a 15 rating, as I want my film to include bad language and gory imagery, but I want to stay away from the 18 rating, as I feel like the comedic value may be devalued. There may be strong language, very strong language may be permitted depending on the manner in which it is used, who is using the language, its frequency within the work as a whole, and any special contextual justification. Violence may be strong, but should not dwell on the infliction of pain or injury. The strongest gory images are unlikely to be acceptable. Strong sadistic violence is also unlikely to be accepted. There may be detailed verbal references to sexual violence, but the depiction of sexual violence must be discreet and justified by context. And that, what I just read, is the requirements needed for the film to fit within the age rating from the BBFC official website.